Welcome to Tuesday, I'm Adam James, and you're watching In Other News, the show where we talk about irrelevant news stories. We'll take you through time travel, a kerfuffle with the man who refused to clean his room, and a last will and testament featuring the elusive emoji. So hold on to your butts and let's get this show on the road. You know those nights when you've been out drinking at the bar a little too much and you get this idea that time travel could actually be real? Some would say you're crazy. Bryant Johnson, on the other hand, would say that you're enlightened. Johnson was found in Casper, Wyoming with a blood alcohol content of 0.136, watery bloodshot eyes, and slurred speech. Oh, and he had one hell of a story. Johnson claimed to have come from the year 2048 with a prophetic message. Aliens. That's right, according to Johnson, aliens will be coming to Wyoming sometime in 2018. He was a captive of these aliens in his time period, where they supposedly had to fill his body with alcohol and put him on a giant pad to let him travel through time. He was supposed to end up in 2018, but there was a snafu somewhere along the line that he ended up arriving a year earlier than planned. When the authorities found him, he asked to speak to the president of Casper. So, either Bryant Johnson was too drunk, or aliens are coming to Casper in 2018, and he's our only hope for survival. Let's just hope he had one too many. In other news, this past week the police were called when a man-child refused to clean up his mess. Yes, Luis Perez of Stamford, Connecticut was confronted by officers when his 54-year-old mother reported him to the authorities for making a mess while she was at work. According to her, Perez had people over during her 12-hour shift that ruined her orderly home. When she addressed him about it, he became confrontational and swore at her. When the police arrived, they found Perez in his bedroom under the covers on the phone. He refused to put his pants on, and then he continued to be verbally abusive to his mother and the officers. But, alright, I kind of understand the whole pants thing. You can talk to my roommates. When my pants come off for the night, they're staying off, come hell or high water. He was such a problem child that the officers arrested him on the spot for disorderly conduct. Sergeant Simon Blanc said that Perez felt the need to remind officers that he, quote, had rights. Perez threatened to call his lawyers, claiming that the arrest was unlawful. But calling your lawyers isn't really a threat. It's what you do when you get arrested. He was brought to a cell with bail set at $5,000. Speaking of cells, this week in Australia, a deceased man's phone was the center of a highly contested inheritance case. His wife at the time, of just over a year and a half, and son from a previous marriage, wanted to get a text message that he wrote to his brother and nephew thrown out of court. He wrote, "Keep all that I have, house and superannuation, put my ashes in the back garden." For people like me who had to look it up, superannuation is his pension. He went on to write that his wife should take her stuff only. She's gone back to her ex again. The wife had not actually been living with her husband at the time, though she did help him get to appointments every once in a while. In the message, he included his bank information and ended it with the words, "My will," with a smiley face emoji. The catch is, he never actually sent the message. The draft was found on his phone the morning after his suicide. With all the information on hand, the judge ruled, classifying the nature of their relationship as no more than a friendship. Sick burn alert! The judge went on to say that since it was written as he was contemplating death, even indicating where he wanted his ashes, that it counted as his final will. Australian courts have accepted unofficial video wills in the past, so informal wills do have a precedent. In the end, the wife and son received none of his estate. So I want to hear from you. Is time travel real? Are aliens coming to Casper, Wyoming? Is anyone coming to Casper, Wyoming? What do you think the punishment should be for messing up Luis's mother's home? And do you think an unsent message is legally binding? Let me know in those comments down below. End screen! If you like this show, please like and click that channel icon right over there to subscribe. And please share this with your friends. It'll really help us get this off the ground. Alright, that's all for this week. I'll see you guys on Tuesday.